More and more women throughout the country are being harassed as they attempt to use public restrooms because individuals who question whether or not they're actually women follow them into the restrooms and violate their privacy. Basically, doing exactly what conservative women were afraid of when it comes to transgender individuals. So, the latest story comes from Texas, where a woman by the name of Jessica Rush was at the Baylor Medical Center. As she was walking into the restroom, a man followed her, and here's what happened.
I'm about to use the toilet.
Wait, what did you say?
I said you didn't look like a girl when I saw you enter, so I thought it was
A boy?
yeah, and I was kind of confused when I said this. Are
Yeah.
you rich? Yeah, so that's the only reason now that I see the woman. Is that a problem?
Yeah, that's pretty good. See,
It's difficult. You dress like a man. Of course, you dress like a man. So, yeah, you dress like a man.
that's the shit we deal with.
So I should note that Jessica Rush is in fact a woman who identifies as a woman, okay? She's not part of the transgender community, not that there's anything even wrong with that, but she's doing exactly what the law says that she needs to do. She's using the bathroom that is identified with the correct gender on her birth certificate, right? So now we've created an environment in which if you don't dress like a woman and if you don't look feminine enough, well, then men are going to follow you into the bathroom and question whether or not you're using the right bathroom. Now, that guy in that video claimed that he was just trying to protect his mother who had gone into the bathroom. But protect your mom from what? From this dangerous looking woman who's not dressed feminine enough for you? I mean, this is the ridiculous climate that we're living in right now.
Yeah.
So while all these conservatives are just trying to discriminate against trans individuals, what they're really doing is they're putting everyone else's privacy at risk, right?
Yeah.
Because they just want to be hateful.
Yeah, so we covered another story like this last week, and so it's becoming more common, or at the very least, people are starting to at least publicize that this has been happening. I don't know which is worse, that it's getting worse or that it was this bad always. But worst case scenario, it's people who are trying to demonize the trans community, and so they're trying to find these people and root them out. Best case scenario, we're just so naturally suspicious of every person in our country that our assumption is that it's not a guy who's mistakenly going in the wrong bathroom. It's a predator who's going to rob or rape my mom. And we're just so scared all the time. Why do we have to fear every person? Most people are good people. From my experience on the internet, I know that most people are also, unfortunately, very stupid, but they're generally good-hearted people.
Just this whole idea that all these conservative women are so afraid, like someone's gonna follow you into the bathroom and molest you or sexually assault you. Please, just calm down, okay? The idea that you are like this desirable target for the trans community and they're all gonna lie about their gender identity because they wanna follow you into the bathroom while you tinkle is ridiculous. And what it's doing is it's having a negative impact not only on the trans community, which is horrendous by itself, it's having a negative impact on everyone, okay? I don't want anyone policing which bathroom I'm going into. I don't want anyone coming in and questioning whether or not a woman is dressed femininely enough for a guy. It's none of your freaking business. How about you sit down instead of going in there and insulting this woman who wants to use the bathroom? It's insane. And to make matters worse, by the way, this all begins with the ridiculous notion that people are going to lie about their gender because they want to use the women's bathroom and go in there and sexually assault women. Well, are there actual cases of this happening? Is there an epidemic that we need to discuss? No, this is not happening. There's no real evidence or scientific data behind this whole notion of transgender people taking advantage of these laws and going in and assaulting people. However, there are organizations. The American Family Association is apparently sending men into women's bathrooms to provoke this ridiculous conversation. So let me give you the details on this. Sandy Rios, who's the director of government affairs for the organization, says, I think there's no question that when you say that there are no barriers in the bathroom and that if men or women feel like they are men or women, the opposition of however they are equipped, this sentence doesn't even make any sense.
I know.
And you have no restrictions, the net effect will be that people will not be stopped. We've already had people testing this, going into Targets and men trying to go into bathrooms. There is absolutely no barrier. Okay, so they're specifically going into bathrooms at, local Targets because Target released a statement saying that they believe in allowing people to use the bathroom that they identify with, right? But here's the thing. The only pervy wankers that are going into these women's bathrooms that shouldn't be going into the women's bathrooms are the men that are associated with the American Family Association. So I'm much more concerned about them than anyone else.
And I looked into it. It turns out they're the same men who were doing it before. Now they just have an official reason to. I bet as soon as someone floated that idea, they were like, I'll volunteer. I'll go on this mission. It's ridiculous. It does prove that this is a problem, though. There are men in bathrooms, we find out. So you're going to have to take back a lot of what you've been saying.
So this is a manufactured pretend problem again, right?
Yeah.
This is the gay cake argument, right? Like I shouldn't have to make a gay cake. You're not going to make a gay cake.
Yeah.
It's a fucking company.
And even if you are, you're going to be paid for it.
So there has been no rise. So they're passing laws to address a problem that doesn't exist, which is sexual assault in bathrooms by transgendered people, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so this doesn't exist. It's all made up. Welcome to America.
I have a solution, I think. And
What is your
It was an
solution?
easy one to come up with because I'm a fairly antisocial, introverted person. How about this? How about when we're in the bathrooms, just no eye contact? I have no idea what the gender of the people around me are because I'm not looking at them. And hopefully they're not looking at me either. Let's just all ignore each other and let us do what we got to do in the bathroom.
Yes.
During today's members only post game, I want to talk about my own gender drama in using public bathrooms. It's a very interesting story with a salacious component to it. You do not want to miss it if you're a member. If you're not a member and you want to watch it, you can join by going to tytnetwork.com/join. Members help keep our show independent. We love you guys. Thank you for being members. But it's a story that I've shared before, and I want to talk about it a little more.
I don't know this one.
People
Ooh, I wanna hear it.
don't know. There was a time when I did dress up and was passable. I was very passable. And I did use a female bathroom one time. I was very passable. It's a true story. I was very passable. And nobody knew. And this is a true story. And I will also share it in the post
All
game.
right. I'm looking forward to that.
I have no idea what to expect.
100% true story, too, by
Sounds
the
like
way.
it's going to be a fun.
Very passable.
Okay,
I was,
we'll
do you think? I was very, very passable.